Lance Hall here for the Metal Pit. Happy to welcome JC of the group Phantom to the program tonight. JC, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Thank you very much for having me here. Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys have a new album coming out called Tyrants of Wrath, going to come out on High Roller Records on April 25th. Your second full length. I've heard a preview of this album. This is killer stuff, JC.
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Yep, that's right. It's releasing on this spring, and it's our sophomore album.
Yeah.
First one with High Roller Records. We are very excited to reveal what we've been cooking for some months now. A year, I'd say, a complete year now.
Yeah. How did you guys
So
get hooked up with
yeah,
High Roller?
it was fairly random, and we were like chilling on summer, and we suddenly got the emails saying they liked our previous work, the EP Transylvania Nightmare.
Yeah.
And yeah, they basically said, "Hey, we love the last record you put out, which was that EP. Would you like to join the label?" And just like that, we said yes.
That is awesome. Now you guys are out of Mexico. Guadalajara was where you were formed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2021. I got to tell you, for a group of what appears to be, from what I've seen in your videos, young men, you guys have put out a serious classic sounding thrash album with Tyrants of Wrath.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's the approach we've been looking forward to do since the beginning, like very old school, heavy thrash, speed metal, like a combination of genres there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fairly young. I'm 19. I just graduated
Wow.
high school. The other guitarist is 20, or bassist 23, and the older guy in the band is our drummer who is just graduated university.
Wow. Tell us their names so we can know them as well.
Yeah, Arel on guitars, Rair on the bass, JP Alatorre on the drums, and myself, JC guitars.
And vocals. Recorded down, where to see? Recorded and mixed at, was this Natron Studios down there in Mexico with
Yeah,
Hector?
that's right. It's more, yeah, it's a guy that has mixed and recorded or past material too. Although Netron Studios is more like a moving studio because we really recorded in my house, man.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, we set up the drum kit there. We sat there and spent 2 or 3 months working on the new album.
Excellent. And then you got it mastered by Patrick Engel over at the German Temple of Disharmony. That's got to be cool.
Yep, that's a great guy. It was like out of nowhere too, because the label wanted it to be mastered by that guy. So they hit him up and he did his magic.
Yeah, absolutely. Cover art jumped out at me as well. That was done, is it by Megan LeMay?
Yeah, man. Awesome artist. I think she's from Boston. She's mainly a tattoo artist from there. And recently we discovered her because she has been making these awesome old school looking cover arts for bands like Cruel Force, Sphinx, Sex Mag, and it's really accurate how to say this. Retro wise, it really looks like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It looks very classic, very cool. So we love it.
Did you give her the idea for the cover art, or is that something she came up with?
No, we gave her the idea because I mainly make the art for the band, drawings and doodles for demos and flyers and a lot of stuff, the mascot. And we had work. Well, I did the first art for the first LP. Then we hired a Chilean painter named Sebastian for the EP. And for this one, we wanted to make Megan to make this cover.
Mhm.
And we sent her some drawings and like drafts of what we wanted, which was like this very Castlevania, also like endless pain, heavy load type
Mhm.
art. And she did wonders to that.
Very cool. Let's jump into some of the songs on the album because, like I said, I got to listen to a preview of it. Opening track, Poltergeist. I love this. This was like an intro to a classic horror film. Love the piano work.
Yeah.
And I watched the video you guys have on YouTube of
Yep.
the making of the album. Eric was his name, the guy who came in and played piano, right? Was that a friend of yours? Do I have his name right?
Oh yeah, it's Arce, Emilio Arce. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
okay,
a friend
Emilio.
of
Yeah,
mine
sorry
from
about
high
that.
school, and yeah, don't worry. Yeah, it's a friend of mine from high school who I saw playing piano, and I was like a jaw drop because he's very good at it. So I hit him up like in summer of last year, and I said, "Hey, you're good at this. You could be in our next album. Would you like to? Do you like the idea?" And he said yes. So we went ahead, and Poltergeist was a song that we had planned to use since the Transylvanian Nightmare EP,
Hmm.
but ended up being replaced by Epitaph, which is like an acoustic track in there.
Okay.
And for this album, it came out perfect with the
Yeah,
piano and stuff. It was planned to be a guitar-only song, and afterwards with the piano and synths and shit, it went 1,000 times better.
absolutely. I thought it was awesome. Great intro. Then you go right into the Tower of Seth. I've got to add, I love the imagery in you guys' lyrics. What is the Tower of Seth?
That came out from Conan the Barbarian.
Okay.
This in the movie where they have this tower of the snake guys, the Tulsa Doom army, and they are practicing rituals and shit. And there's a giant snake at the bottom, and Conan kills it.
Ah.
But we gave it a weird twist there because we like to mix a lot of stuff from Castlevania influence we have.
Hmm.
So we grabbed the whole concept of that stuff and mixed it with some Castlevania, and then up with that weird kind of combination for
Yeah.
the song topic and even the cover art of a single, which will be revealed soon, and also a very cool video.
Nice.
And yeah, man, that's the Tower of Seth.
All right. Track 3, Violent Invasion. I got to tell you, JC, I got pummeled on this track. This track just pummeled me. Um, I love the lyric, raising banners seen from the distance. They search for power. Their search for power will get them killed. Brave warriors looking for riches. Ancient evils feast on their skin. You guys' imagery is
Yeah,
like over the top. Really cool stuff.
thanks, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a song about like I think it's the one that goes most accordingly to the cover art because it's like about that. Okay, the barbarians coming into the castle trying being all badass and stuff and trying to kill Wilbur or mascot, but it ends up bad for them and they end up killed. So yeah, it's like a karma type thing.
Huh, that's cool. Track 4, Thunder Beast. Love the video. Where did you guys film this? It looked like it was filmed like, I don't know, in a park, in a schoolyard, somewhere a little bit.
It's in a park near where I live. And it's like very DIY, and we like to make these goofy VHS videos
Yeah,
like the Candlemass ones from the 80s.
yeah. That's what
So
I
we
noticed. I
went up
love that.
there and we just said, yeah, that was a very improvised video because the label originally we were going to send them like two videos, one for the title track Tyrants of Wrath,
Mhm.
and the other one for Tower of Seth, which is like the most pro video from this album. But they listened to Thunder Beast and they went, okay, we need this as a single too, and we want a video for it too. So figure that out. And we went and recorded that in one day in my garden and in a park nearby.
That's cool.
And came out pretty well. It's a goofy VHS video in the park, but it was fun to make, and we like to make those kind of videos. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
it's got a great old school vibe to it. The song itself, I love the time change you guys have in it. The solo was great. What I noticed with you guys' songs is you play with a lot of speed, but there's melody there as well. And that really came through in this track. That was something that I noticed.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Track 5, Nimbus. Now, here, the lyric that jumped out at me here was one of almost, it made me think. The breeze of summer hits my face. I need to take my stand today and take the reins of my new life. That's empowering for somebody who's maybe going through a tough patch in their life or something like that. Yeah, I like that whole take the reins of my new life. Where'd you come up with
Yeah, man,
Nimbus?
that's Nimbus is a song that it's dedicated to my grandpa who passed away,
Okay.
unfortunately, 2 years ago.
Yeah, sorry to
And
hear.
he would always say, thanks, man. He would always say, hey, first of all, the title of the song, like, it was a name that he gave to me, which literally means like cloud. And it has nothing to do really with the lyrics, but since it's the title he gave me, it's what I used. And the lyrics is like about things that he taught me. I know he would always say, chase the sun because that's where happy people go and stuff like that. So that's where the quest for the sun came out. And yeah, it's more, I think most people wouldn't get what I try to say with the lyrics until they know me personally, but it's like a tribute to my grandpa.
Cool. That's awesome. I don't know if she's coming through, but I've got a dog sleeping on the bed with me and she's snoring a little bit here. So if you hear weird noises, it's the dog.
Don't worry, man.
A Dance of the Spiders. I love that title and I love the opening to this song. Again, it's got that vintage horror movie theme to it. I thought it was excellent.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was like the second song we wrote for the album. It was started by our bassist, Ryer, who started playing that very. It reminds me of that Australian band, Slaughter Lord, and also Sabbath from Japan. It's a song trying to go through that, and it was very cool. That bass line and the one in the middle are first stuff we wrote for that song, and then we started building from it. It was very fun.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's go to track 7. Here's the title track, Tyrants of Wrath. I love the spoken word part in this. That kind of caught me by surprise when that came on. I always think that's an excellent thing to throw into a song every once in a while. And yeah, a couple of lines here. Powers and shackles, antique and archaic, ruling with iron and flames. Ah, that was you guys again. I'm not just blowing smoke up here. Your lyrical images are great with powers and shackles, antique and archaic. You just don't hear words like that a lot. I thought it was awesome.
Thanks, man. I sometimes fear that I speak like broken English or something like that, but I don't know. Also, I think I don't know. Sometimes I may throw stuff in there that maybe sounds weird for native speakers, or I don't know. But it reminds me of like old Sodom or Destruction, where they also have this kind of structure in the songs and maybe some weird words in there. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Who's doing the
And yeah,
spoken word in this?
that's my girlfriend. Yeah, Belle.
Okay. She did awesome.
I tell that to her.
Yeah.
She was nervous with that.
That's the thing. You've got this heavy music and these heavy songs, and then when you hear a female voice, it's really what am I trying to look for here?
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, and it's holy shit. That's cool. No, tell her she did awesome. I loved it. Track 9, Nocturnal Opus 666. Now we go back to the old time horror theme again, and I've always loved albums that have something like this. It's so different from the music they're playing. And the album I always cite when I talk about this was the Obsession album by UFO. They would have,
Oh,
all these
hell yeah,
heavy
man.
rock tunes, and then they'd have that real light keyboard type stuff.
Yeah, man, that rule.
Yeah,
I wanted to with that with this record, like to be a roller coaster going from a shit ton of different styles and genres, and also then you have a super heavy song and then a piano song that came out of nowhere. So
yeah,
fun.
it's a nice interlude, real nice
Thanks,
interlude.
man.
Cool. Track 11, Dark Wings of Death. That was my favorite track. Just a killer freaking track. And again, your lyrical imagery is just fabulous in that one. Can you tell me a little bit about Dark Wings of Death?
Oh man, that was the last song for the album, and yeah, it was like we tried to go. Okay, this has to be a long song. It needs to have everything that Phantom is in one song. So we tried to mix everything in that track. Like it has a speed metal, it has a death thrash, it has heavy metal, it has the solos, it has kind of groovy parts. It's the mix of everything in just
Yeah,
one track.
yeah. You definitely saved the best for last, at least in my opinion. No, and I'm not knocking any of the other tunes. The whole album was great, but that one I really liked, Dark Wings of Death. That was awesome.
Great.
What's the metal scene like down there in Mexico? Is there much competition down there playing this sort of genre of music? Or you guys stand alone? Do you have peers down there or anything like that?
I don't know how to classify it. I think it's a healthy scene regarding the amount of bands thing, but like people playing the same stuff as us. There's like very few.
Mm,
There, at least in our city, there's three speed thrash metal bands. They're not really similar to us in any way. They're more like they are more in like the I know the 2000s Toxic Holocaust type stuff.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, but it's weird down here because there's very cool bands, of course, a lot of talent and stuff, and we have really good friends. But as well, there's weird, like they say, the worst enemy of a Mexican is another Mexican. So there's like weird beefs and stuff like that going around here. The
Right.
bean war, it's weird.
Is there many opportunities to play live? Is there many like metal clubs or anything like that down there?
I'd say there's a good bunch. We have a fair amount of good local music venues here, so that's not something we're missing.
Yeah. And I see you guys are very excited come September, October. You're going to do your first European tour.
Oh man, yeah. That's gonna be a whole lot of work, but it's gonna be very cool. We're very excited.
I was going to say, a lot of people think, oh, okay, we're going to tour Europe. That's going to be awesome. But the logistics of it all,
Oh man, it's
passports,
insane.
visas, equipment, travel. Are you guys doing this yourself? Do you have a manager that's helping you or?
We're going with booking agency named Speed Freaks, who is also helping us with backline, the whole tour management thing. Of course, booking the places, places to stay, etc., etc. So we have that already figured out. It's more like the only thing we're missing really is to buy our flights over there. But yeah, we have everything else sorted out.
That's cool. That's cool. JC, I usually pride myself on my research and stuff, finding out things about people as they were growing up and stuff. I couldn't find out a whole lot about you, so I got to ask questions then. Where,
Right?
when did the it thing happen that made you want to get into music and play in a band? Where was the moment where that was there something that led to it? Was it a culmination of events? Was it a singular seeing somebody on TV, hearing somebody on the radio? Where did it all start for you?
I can't really pinpoint the exact point, like day and hour, but I say like around 2017 when I started getting more into discovering music from my own. Music has been there for me since I was a small kid, even heavy metal because my grandpa liked that a lot. But the one that is living likes that one a lot, and also my parents and my uncles and stuff. So that has been for me since kindergarten. I remember like my dad blasting something around taking me and my brothers to school. Yeah.
So you
But
just
when
grew
I
up with the
really
whole metal.
started, kind of just like, in a family heavy metal type thing. I don't know how to describe it really. But in
Yeah,
general, I'm music surrounded environments.
cool.
And when I started getting that was in 2017, and
Mm.
that was when I went to see Deep Purple live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that what led you to play guitar over, say, bass or drums?
I really did last work on band named Soul Stereo, and the guitarist, vocalist, Gustavo, that I did my hero, man. So I started playing guitar because of him, and also because my dad plays guitar since he was a teenager. So yeah.
Okay. How about singing? Were you a singer because you wanted to be, or was it by because no one else wanted to front the band? A lot of people fall into, oh, there's nobody else to sing, so I started singing, you know?
It was both
Mm.
because I didn't really knew anyone here when we started. And also because I didn't know I wanted to really carry on my band by myself. So I said, okay, I know how to sing, I'm try, but I don't want to sing. Fuck it.
Did you pattern yourself, or was there anybody who influenced your singing, or did you just create your own style?
I try to sound like most 80s and thrash stuff. I really like to name influences like Doc from Razor,
Mhm.
Tom Araya from there, Come Angel Reaper from Sodom. Those mainly. Bantor from Creator, the drummer, when he sang, and also Mil Petrosa.
Okay. Definitely. Very cool. And I take it, obviously, along with music, judging from the album titles, the songs, and some of the subjects you write about, you're a big time horror fan? Okay.
Not like a huge, I'm not a fucking giant nerd of that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
like mainly my main horror was the Castlevania video game. I'm obsessed with that stuff because
Okay.
since I was a little kid, my dad would put the NES on and I would play the Nintendo Castlevania games.
Okay. Very cool.
Also, Evil Dead, movies like that.
Yeah.
Look,
Excellent. Excellent. The band is called Phantom. The album is Tyrants of Wrath. It's coming out April 25th on High Roller Records. I think they could probably go to the High Roller site, or you guys have a website or anything you're set up to sell the album, or they go through High Roller or anywhere else?
both, man. For now, you can pre-order the album on the High Roller Records side, but after the release, we'll be selling it through our Bandcamp shop, so you'll be able to find it there too.
Are you going to be able to? It's going to be on CD. Are you going to do any vinyl?
It's gonna be in vinyl, CD, cassette, you name it.
Nice. Are you doing any kind of bundles with T-shirts or anything? Because you guys' imagery is just fantastic.
I think so. We'll be setting up that in near future because before the release.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. JC, this has been awesome. I like to finish with fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never been asked before. But before I do, was there anything I didn't ask you about, something you didn't get to talk about in regards to the album or the band or anything before I do that?
I think everything's cool, man. Don't worry. Yeah,
All right.
very cool questions so far.
Excellent. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see. Give us an item that decorated your teenage bedroom wall.
Okay, what do I have right now? I have a Squidward piece of art. It's very weird, random. And also I have a giant axe hanging in my room. Yeah.
Okay. What's the last music you listened to other than your own?
I listen to a Lucy full of war.
Who is your favorite superhero?
I don't know if this counts as a superhero or anti-hero villain, but I like a lot Spawn.
Okay. How about your favorite villain then?
Cool part. Let me think. Maybe Carnage.
All right. Favorite old school wrestler?
Oh shit, man! I didn't know anything about wrestling.
Don't know anything about wrestling?
Not really.
You don't do all the lucha libre stuff down there in Mexico? The
Okay,
guys.
maybe okay. La Parca was Santo from Mexico.
There you go.
Mexicans,
Yeah. La Parca was awesome. Have you ever prank called someone?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to-
I won't ask any other details. Let's see. When you travel, do you usually travel real heavy with a lot of stuff, or do you go out just traveling light, just a backpack and you're gone?
I prefer to simple life, man. It's
Okay.
fair, far easier.
All right. First celebrity crush.
Oh shit, man. Sure, I'd say no. Shakira, something.
Okay.
No.
You can't go wrong with Shakira. Her hips don't lie. What is something outside of music that you're good at? Are you like a good gardener? Are you a good mechanic? Anything like that?
I like a lot to draw and make funny doodles and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say arts like drawing. Stuff like
Okay.
that. I also used to. This is weird, but I used to like making like ancient weapons, flint knapping and making spears and arrows and shit like that.
That's cool. Very cool. If you could go back in time, and this wouldn't be all that far, seeing as how you tell me what you were 19.
Yeah, I'm really.
All right. If you can go back in time to when you were younger and have your mom fix one of your favorite meals from your childhood, what would you have her fix?
Oh man, maybe the I'm gonna change my mom for my grandparent.
Okay.
And I'd say the machaca were those teas. That's what were duration and they fucking rules.
I knew you were going to say something good like that.
Oh yeah, I'm Mexican man. I have good food.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, last one, JC. This is the one we have the most fun with. And again, you're young. Think on this one. If they were to make a biopic, a bio movie of your life, what actor would you have play you? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Oh shit! I don't know, something goofy, something I don't really look like at all, like some giant jack guy.
Okay.
I don't know, Jason Momoa.
Okay.
The Rock because he's bald.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. JC, I thank you very much for your time this evening. Again, for four guys so young, you guys have captured a real old school sound here with this album. I grew up in that era, so I heard it when it was coming out, and this you could easily slide back into that era, but it plays just as well today with this album, Tyrants of Wrath. It's excellent stuff.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it a ton.
All right, JC, enjoy the rest of your evening. Safe travels anywhere you tour, particularly when you go to Europe. May all your travels be safe. May all your shows be sold out.
Thanks, brother. Same for you. And have a good evening. Thanks for the space.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.